Good afternoon. I'm Heidi Thompson, your Legacy Lifeguard with Lifeguarding Legacies, and I'm here on the March 15th, 2021 episode of the Monday Noontide. Today's guest is going to be John Lazarro, and I can't wait to introduce him in just a couple of moments. I just want to remind you, Monday Noontide Live is brought to you by Heidi Thompson of Lifeguarding Legacies, where we do wills, trusts, and estates to help people make sure that what they've worked for goes to the people they love and the causes they care about. John, I'm so glad to have you on the show. Welcome.
Thank you, Heidi. I'm glad to be here.
So, my people love to meet new people. And so, can you tell me a little about yourself?
Sure. I am originally from New York, here now in Arizona via Maryland and Ohio. So I've been across the country several times. Have 8 kids, 15 grandchildren. So I do have a large family, and most of them followed me here to Arizona. So we're all here now.
That's fantastic. And tell me about your business. What do you do?
So I am a health advisor, and what that means is I help individuals um, navigate the myriad of information relative to health insurance, to find plans that fit their particular situations, um, their businesses, their individual needs. So they get tailored plans.
Perfect. So, is it a good time for people to shop for health insurance?
Actually, now's a great time because they have the maximum number of options are available to them in the marketplace. So they have Obamacare plans available now. There are private plans available now. There are plans based on their health where they can get discounts, plans based on income where they can get discounts. So there's a plethora of options. And I will tell you, in a given state, there could be anywhere from 30 to 100 different plans that they could select from. So I'll
Okay.
help them narrow that down to, what's best for them.
Fantastic. And I know you serve our home state of Arizona, but you serve some other states as well?
Yeah, I am licensed in 20 states across the country. And that is actually gets broadened somewhat because if individuals have property in other states or have, addresses in other states, we can extend to those states as well. So there's kind of a carryover effect.
Oh,
And
that's
I'll
nice.
give you an example. I have lots of clients in California because health insurance is very expensive there. So if they have property in Arizona or in another state that I'm licensed in, I can write them a policy in that other state and it'll cover them nationwide. So they'll be covered in California as well.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, so
So, so,
they save them money and actually wind up with a better plan.
so a lot of our snowbirds that maintain a property in another state
Mhm.
could work with you and be covered there
Yep,
under Arizona's lower rates. That's nice.
yep. And if they do have multiple properties, I will look in which state gives them the best rate and we'll go that route.
Perfect. Yeah,
Mm.
because Arizona's not cheaper than everywhere, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's opportunities everywhere.
Fantastic. So tell me about a recent client that you might have helped with health insurance.
Most of the clients I'm dealing with right now are small uh, small families or business owners. Okay,
Okay.
so if you're a family of four, you might be in self-employed or have your own business. You might be able to go into the marketplace and get a healthcare plan for $2,000 a month. Okay, um,
Yikes.
there are plans out there that if you're healthy, based on your health, you can get discounts and bring that down to $1,300 a month. And instead of having an HMO plan, wind up with a nationwide PPO plan. Okay. And for those that don't know the differences, HMOs are smaller, more restricted networks where PPOs are much broader and flexible. So
Okay.
you get a much better doctor network with those plans.
Fantastic. And do you also help
Um,
people at
so,
all?
I mean, those titles and you help people that broke up. I didn't hear the last
That's
question.
okay. Do you also help people with dental and vision? Is that an option?
Yes, in addition to the healthcare, there's dental, there's vision. Um, they have some life provisions as well. So there's several different options that you can select and actually get a full coverage plan
Fantastic.
for the
And I
family.
Yeah, so someone who was maybe on the ACA and maybe realized they weren't getting one of the best deals, they could come to you, kind of get that shopped and look to see what they could save.
Absolutely. And the thing too is what most people don't realize is that their health insurance plans are month to month. So unless you're in a corporate plan, which is a contractual obligation, which then requires their employees to stay on the plan, if you're outside of that kind of a structure, you can leave any ACA plan or any other plan at any time. So you have the flexibility to jump, um, throughout the year to another plan. So don't
Fantastic.
think that you're locked into a specific plan.
Okay. So people would be pretty smart right now then to talk to you about shopping and comparing, just like we do for auto insurance, right?
Just like, and it's great that you use the auto insurance analogy because what people don't realize still is health insurance is a lot like car insurance in the sense that with car insurance, if you have good driving history, you get a preferred rate. Well, if you have a good health history, there are plans out there that will give you significant discounts based on your good health. So you can save significant money that way. So now is the best time because of all the options available.
Fantastic. That is such good news for people. Is there anything else that you think people should know about insurance? Favorite stories to share?
Um, yeah, I mean, probably one of the biggest things that I find frustrating in this industry is there are a lot of people out there that don't believe in insurance.
Mm,
Okay. Um, and it's hard to get them to understand. They'll insure their cars, but they won't insure their life,
mm,
for health and things like that. So that's one thing to consider. And um, I have a lot of instances where I've talked people into getting health insurance. And one in particular, 38-year-old gentleman from Yuma, Arizona, who didn't think he needed it, but 3 months after he signed up for a policy, actually wound up having a kidney tumor, and had to go in for an operation. And then subsequently to that, called me and thanked me for saving his life and convincing him to get insurance. So, if you don't have insurance, get some insurance because you just never know what's going to happen to you. Um,
absolutely.
it's going to protect you in the long run.
And I know in my world where I'm doing estate planning for people, we're kind of at least pretending that the numbers that they've invested, that a large percentage of that will go to their kids. If
Right.
they end up not having health insurance that's covering those illnesses, that estate could get eaten up pretty quickly.
That's right. They'll go to the estate to cover those medical expenses. Absolutely.
So, and we know medical expenses. I know when my daughter had her last baby, it was an uncomplicated birth, but it was a C-section, but planned C-section. I want
Mhm.
to say it was over $20,000.
Yeah, I mean,
If she hadn't had insurance, I can't even imagine how a young starting off couple could cover that kind of an expense.
I mean, since we're in the COVID world, just taking COVID into account. I mean, if you're in the hospital on a respirator for 20 days, that's close to $150,000
Oh,
bill.
yeah.
So if
Yeah.
you don't have insurance,
That's half
it's
your
kind of,
house.
yeah. Well, and it is true that I also not only look to focus on your health and protect your family, but also protect your assets. So it's good that you just brought that up because that is something you have to consider in addition to your health is your assets. Especially if you're a small business owner, do you want to get wiped out because you got sick?
Right.
You know,
That's such an important point for taking care of your
and
family. Yeah.
and there are plans, health plans that will cover you that if you do get disabled for some period of time, they will supply supplemental income as part of the medical plan. So
Oh, that's
again,
excellent.
there's money there to prevent you from, having a medical event create a financial distress situation on
I
you.
see. So it sounds like people definitely need to give you a call. So what's the
Mhm.
best way that they can reach you?
The best way is to call me at 440-867-4863 or go to Facebook and look up the health insurance dad and you'll find me there.
The Health Insurance Dad on
The
Facebook. I
health
like
insurance
that.
dad. Yeah.
That's perfect. And with 8 kids, you have the experience in that world for
Yes.
sure.
Yes. Right. Right. So if anybody's out there needs a family plan, I've been dealing with medical costs for families for a long time. So
I
I know all the
imagine
ins and
so.
outs.
Perfect. Well, John, thank you so much for this wealth of wisdom. And it sounds like it's a great time for people to shop and take care of those expenses. Hey, let's face it, right now, with people home more, you have a little extra time not commuting to be able to take care of cutting some of those expenses. So if,
True.
if you've got an expensive health insurance plan, or even if you're not sure if yours is expensive, it'd be a great idea to reach out, find out if you can get a better discount. And John, thank you so much for being on the show. I'm Heidi Thompson, your legacy lifeguard with Lifeguarding Legacies. If you've been putting off your estate plan, that's another thing that needs to be checked off the box. Please give me a call, 602 529 1827, or visit me on the web at lifeguardinglegacies.com. John, again, thanks so much, and thanks for
Thank you.
tuning in today to the Monday Noontide. Have a great
Thank
day.
you, Heidi. Have a great day.